Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 3 with some challenges and a special guest. Ekdrifter has joined us for this one.
Hello everyone, how you doing?
We have been given 25,000 credits to acquire a car. On screen now you can see the vehicle that I have picked. It is brilliant. EK has also got a budget car, and we are going to go through a series of tests to find out, I spy, is that what I think it is?
I think I've seen yours as well.
Oh dear.
Is it? Oh my god, right, I didn't expect that. I thought it was an MX-5 from a mile away. Okay.
How have you got an MX-5 and a Cyclone confused? That's impressive.
I don't know, it was just this sort of back end to it's kind of like a little bit of a convertible looking thing from far away, but
Oh wow.
didn't expect a Cyclone.
Oh wow, we have got I said Jaguar with the world's worst gearbox, if I remember correctly. It is a terrible
yeah.
a terrible 4-speed gearbox. However, it is a half decent amount of power going on.
That's probably the reason why I picked it, because it's 6.3 in terms of speed. It's one of the fastest ones, so...
You've gone for speed. You do also have the wobbliest suspension ever fitted to a car, which means you might actually not be half bad when we go off-road. Because, you know, I have a pickup truck that's all-wheel drive. You know where this is likely to end up at some point when it comes to challenges.
I had a funny feeling. I had a funny feeling. Since you were mentioning it earlier on, we might be going off-road, so... At least the Jag has some very comfortable suspension.
You will be in relative comfort when we do these challenges. This is an interesting matchup. This was, you see, EK was mentioning about going for sort of a handling car and so on, and I wasn't expecting a big old Jag. I'll be honest.
Yeah, because I was trying to throw you off.
You're trying to play some. There were some mind games at play. Well, the first challenge is one of my creation. We are going to be doing a race. However, it is not going to be any old normal race. We are going to compete racing our cars down a river. We've got to get to the end of a river. We must stay in the river the entire way. The first one to hit the kind of lake, the end of the area, will be victorious. I'm just going to jump onto the map to show the audience where we're going to be going. It's this long old river down here that heads its way into Surfer's Paradise. There is somewhere a little way along here, if I can remember the start location, a sort of little stream that we will begin in, and we must race our cars. Yeah, along there it is, over here. We must race our cars along the river and, see who gets there first. How are you feeling confidence-wise?
I wasn't expecting the stream. I was expecting the off-road part, but a stream? In terms of ride height, the Jag isn't the best, let's just say that. The Cyclone? I don't know.
The Cyclone is all-wheel drive, but the Cyclone is also not massively high, so... it could go either way. It could go either way, this one.
That's quite a good point. I'm not too sure how this is going to fare, because the Cyclone is more of a sports pickup, whereas the Jag is kind of like a luxury coupe thing, so I don't know. This is actually quite a good first start challenge here.
It is. It is a tough challenge indeed.
Have I completely missed where you've went? Oh, you're up there. I see your roof.
Over
the hill we see a pickup.
Here. There is a pickup truck here. I'm not quite as confident with my choice of challenge as I would have been if you'd gone in a different car. I'm going to be honest. I think that Jag might not be the worst. Admittedly, I will have the traction over you when we're trying to drive on a riverbed, but it's all about what limits the car in terms of speed. Are you car prepared, mentally prepared for the shenanigans?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there mentally. The car's prepared, the car's alright, but mentally I'm just thinking, how is this going to fail?
Okay, the river, this little tributary will join up to the main river. Make sure you don't go left. It's very difficult to go left when you join up to the main river, but just make sure you don't. It'll, follow itself around nicely. Okay. Yeah, we will get underway for this first amazing challenge in 3, 2, 1, go! There will be much wheel spin from the Jaguar as the Cyclone is going to get off to a slightly
It's doing its
better
natural
start.
thing.
Is it doing its natural thing of breaking down?
That
would be a...
I was in second gear, right, and I basically get no momentum whatsoever. It's all in first gear.
I am actually struggling a little bit to get a bunch above 50 miles an hour over here. We're at 53. We've kind of hit the wall as to what the Cyclone can do. If the
I'm kind of struggling. I'm at 50, like not even 50.
You're not, it's not falling back as much as I had hoped. But I did just notice you go very sideways underneath a bridge in a river in a Jaguar. It's not normal things that get said in a video. However,
no.
that is what is going on behind us. Oh, I've had some issues over here with the Cyclone. We get a little bit... Oh, crap. No. Cyclone, find some drive. Find some go. There's a Jaguar on the move.
Never thought I'd say this, but I'm trying to look for the apexes in a riverbed. That is a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life, but yet again, some things are said in videos. Come on, I'm only going 34 miles an hour. How is this?
The deep river has scuppered the Jaguar. I had a terrible run into this deeper section with the Cyclone. It is not liking this as much as I had hoped, or I'd imagine it might have done a little bit better, but yeah, the deep water I think is scuppered. In the shallow stuff, the Jaguar was actually doing pretty well. It was giving me a little bit of a run for my money here, but I have lost sight of that Jag. We completely lost sight of the Jaguar.
My controller disconnected. No. Oh God.
I think we've got some technical issues. Technical problems. That's an electrical fault if ever I heard one. That is an electrical fault with the Jaguar right there. It's been half a challenge. There has been half a challenge. Oh, is the Jaguar working again? Jaguar's working again. We've got no microphone at the moment, so I can't hear you, Kay. Well, I think that's victory for the Cyclone. Ah, there we go.
It's
We're
completely
back.
went on the controller. I don't know. I'll check and see if I get any batteries.
There are electrical issues with the Jaguar immediately. Apparently, a thorough dunking in the river has not done it a huge amount of good. But yeah, that's and start. That is very much and start to these challenges. Victory, I think, is going to have to go to the Cyclone in that one, even without the electrical faults. I suspect I would have just driven away. The deep water was too much. You did a really good job of keeping up in the shallow stuff, I gotta say. That did stay a lot closer than I thought it would. But as soon as we got into the deeper stuff, that was going to be it for the Jaguar. Okay, well, first victory will go to the Cyclone. I have a 1 point. It is your turn for the challenge now. What have you got in mind for our 2 budget cars?
Well, since you were talking about this earlier on, I think I shall put it into action. How about we put another 25 grand into the car, and we can do a possible circuit race down at the Outback Figure 8 section. No! Not again. Right, so after all them technical difficulties... I can't speak.
Apparently we have English difficulties as well. Well done. This is going spectacularly well so
everything's
far.
going great today in the Jag, but yeah, my challenge before everything went for a complete shambles there is that we're going to put 25,000 credits worth of like upgrades into the cars, and then we're going to do a circuit race around the Figure 8 section in the Outback for a possible 3 laps. Depends on the size.
Yeah.
So that's just my guess.
Yep, that works. That sounds good to me. So 25 grand to upgrade our cars to go racing. I'm not sure who's got a better starting platform for this. This could be interesting.
Yeah, well, you've got traction.
I have all-wheel drive traction, which is quite helpful. You do have a... Do you have more power? I actually don't know who has more power. I think you have slightly more power. I will probably have slightly more torque, which will possibly even itself out. They're both fairly similar in weight. I think the Cyclone might actually be slightly lighter than that Jaguar. Okay, well, 25 grand.
See.
25 grand I can work with. These are potentially actually going to get quite quick with the upgrades, because I know exactly what I'm doing first, and that is goodbye all of the weight. That is going to be, in fact, it's only 2,000 credits to dump out all the weight. That puts my truck down to less than £3,000. We are also going to get some lovely race brakes, which is 1,700 and a bit. We're going to what circuit did you say? Figure 8, wasn't it, that you were going for?
Yeah, the figure 8 one.
Which means it's on tarmac, which means we're going for a race suspension. That's 5,000 of my credits.
You're basically doing the exact same things that I'm doing right now.
Because I don't know how you're building your car, but this is probably going in a fairly similar manner. Now, do we go... We're not going to go race tyres. That would be pointlessly expensive. But we will go sport tyres on there. We are going to go massive tyres. There are massive, massive tyres on here as well, which takes my total up to 16,000 credits. And then maybe power? I'm thinking we're just going to dump in a bunch of power.
I'm kind of worried about this one because I've spent 15 grand already, but it's basically been all on handling.
Yeah, I've just also seen the power figures that I am going to be getting out of my cycler. I'm not sure you've chosen wisely in this. I'm going to be honest here. You might be in trouble. You might be in.
I'm just going to go I'm going to go the Clarkson technique now and just shove so much power into it.
I do fear for the Jaguar's competitiveness in this one. Just to give EK a little bit of a scare. My Cyclone has currently got 480 torque. It has 434 horsepower. It's on street tyres, less than £3,000, and it's all-wheel drive. Good luck.
Right, okay. That's just a bit mental. Right, I'm on 24,075. If I can at least cram in a little something. I don't know if I can get a flywheel in here. I think I can get a flywheel. Right, that's me done. Oh, 24,795 credits that came to.
Mine was a little bit cheaper.
My Jaguar just kind of done like a two-wheelie stunt in the garage.
Oh yeah, they do that sometimes. It's multiplayer does weird things with cars. Does it very occasionally a single player? Yeah, I think it's when it's trying to figure out where cars are relative to each other, and it goes a bit crazy. Well,
I'm coming out of
the Cyclone. Wait, go on. Can we? Is he? Oh, you're at a different festival, I suspect. I was going to do some. Oh, you are here. Oops.
Ow.
There's a Jaguar. I was going to try to do some. Intimidation donuts. I can't speak either. Unfortunately, the Cyclone just doesn't really do donut. What it does is just kind of wide donuts.
Well, this is a natural donut since it's a Jag.
A mini powers Jag as well, by the guessing.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's like 417 horsepower now.
Okay, so we've got relatively evenly matched in terms of power. We will go set up the race and see how they manage.
I don't know who. This has got me thinking, right? Because the Cyclone's four-wheel drive, you're going to have better traction coming out of the corners and off the line.
I will get to the first corner first. That is what you're up against. You are going to have to overtake. I'll even start on pole as well. Even better for the Cyclone, as you're going to have to find a way past. And to be fair, neither of these are particularly big cars. Have you got rid of the terrible gearbox? That is the important question.
I honestly can't remember. I think I did. I don't think I did, actually. I basically went into the handling, got that, tyres,
there are issues. Oh, bloody hell. My race suspension was a bad idea. So there is a horrible bump as you leave the bridge. You probably didn't feel it in the Jaguar.
I felt it a wee bit.
There is an awful bump that gave me a heart attack as I left the bridge there in my Cyclone that I might have a really big accident there on one of these laps. You've just got to kind of stay close enough to the Cyclone through these bits in the Wobblematic Jaguar.
It's still wanting to get sideways. Its natural blood is still there.
Still wanting to be sliding around. How much? We don't actually have as much understeer as I thought we were going to get in the Cyclone. Oh god, I'm not not expecting. That's a very sideways Jaguar in the fence. I spy.
Damn it! Now let's just say this out loud. I am not as good as Alex at racing because I am mainly a cruiser guy, so it's out of my comfort zone. But I'm giving it the best.
I have the advantage a little bit in this scenario. Okay, the bump at full racing speed isn't as bad as I initially feared it might be in my Cyclone. I have a really bad third gear that it's just kind of nothing. Nothing happens, and then there's a little bit of speed, and then we have to change up. It's not a helpful gearbox in mine either at the moment.
Ooh, that was good.
Jaguar is holding on for now. I'm not doing this corner very well. I'm all over the place.
No. Not now, Jack. Not now. It's similar to the 599. It's just like, not now, Kato. Not now.
That is the one. That's what it looks like in the rearview mirror. I do think my Cyclone has got more straight line speed than you, amusingly.
Yeah, definitely.
It seems to be able to pull away down the straights. Oh, that's not quite where I want to be going.
Oh, no.
Cyclone, you're out visiting the weeds as well.
Come on.
Cross the line onto our final lap.
So bad.
I suspect we're both neglected to do too much about the gearboxes. I think the Cyclone might only have 4 gears. Yep, it does. Probably not a good place to try. I had a little bit of a lead, so I went for a gamble at having an investigate of my car that might have come back to bite me in the arse, but I think we are relatively safe. The Jag is a bit of a handful by the looks. No, don't go second gear there. That doesn't work. That's the limiter.
Well, it's actually got a surprisingly alright turn in, but it's just when you put your finger on the trigger, it's just sideways and smiling, honestly.
Which is not a problem you have with the all-wheel drive pickup truck. I don't think it's got oversteer once around here. This is the final corner now. Oh, I've got a bit of understeer as we try to get on the power a little bit.
I know I'm going to lose, so I may as well showboat a bit.
The Jaguar is very sideways, but that is going to be 2 victories for the Cyclone. The Jaguar stayed closer than it could have done, in all honesty. Lap time wise, it is about a second and a half down on the all-wheel drive Cyclone. The traction from the pickup truck was just too much for that Jag to be able to overcome. Well, 2-0 lead is not a bad start to this series. However, I'm going to have to keep it up with the challenges that are to come. So that is going to be it for the first part of this budget car challenge. So far, feeling quite confident with my GMC Cyclone choice as I take a 2-0 lead. However, if you want to see how our vehicles fare in the next challenges, then you will have to go to Ekdrifter's channel. There will be a link in the description, and depending on quite at what time you are watching it might be half an hour until sort of the second group of challenges are out, or it may well be out already, so you can see how the rather wobbly Jaguar fares up against my mighty all-wheel drive pickup. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.